Hello and welcome to Fusion Transform You, our unique online program. First and foremost, thank you for taking the time and making the decision to come and play with us and ascertain the education and, in most cases, the know-how for you to succeed long term. This is not a weight loss program, a fat loss program, a nutrition program, or an exercise program. It's all and sundry. It includes every single ingredient. So I hope you're very excited about this, and let's move forward into lesson 1, the recipe and why it will work for you. Before we go on too much further, I want you to understand along the journey we're going to have some mind breaks and throw up some information that just gives you the ability to have a bit of a chuckle, a bit of a laugh, and it may well relate to us as an individual along your journey. So do or do not, there is no try. And that is my leading lights words. So the great Yoda, very wise individual. Can you imagine how hot I'd be if I ate right and I took care of my body? I'm not going to do it, but can you imagine? The reality is you have to undertake action. In this program to work, it is going to be a fundamental principle that you will hear from me regularly, and you will be getting that slap across the face with the wet fish as the unreasonable friend every so often, just to remind you that it doesn't matter how little you do, it's about just doing, taking a step forward, making inroad into the individual that you want to become. It's not about perfection, it's just about persistence, tenacity, patience, discipline. Yes, I know, they're all action words, they're all doing words. It means you have to do something, but the reality is nothing worth ascertaining comes without a price. And the price that you pay to obtain a happy, healthy, jovial, effervescent you is you need to take action daily. So again, this is something that I laugh about and I chuckle about because people come through my front door in my practice or make contact with me on a day-to-day basis asking for help. So you sit down and you say, look, I'm no God. I haven't got some magic solution that's going to make it work for you. What I can do is give you some tactics, some strategy, some advice, the education, the mentorship, and the coaching strategies to allow you to elicit a positive response towards the individual that you want to become and a better version of you. However, it's all about choice, your choice. You have to do something, and the level of commitment that you undertake will depend on the results that you achieve. Yes, you're right. That's not to forego the thought process and the understanding that your genetics or your genome and your DNA have a large percentage of how well you're doing this. That's no doubt, and I applaud that, and I agree totally with that. However, when you look at some of the research and science, it suggests about 50 to 75% of your body shape, your health and well-being relate to your genome. So that's your DNA. So correct me if I'm wrong, that gives you an opportunity to make huge change in the amount of 50 to 25%. That's huge, guys. You can make drastic changes to the individual you are, but you have to stretch. Don't bring the ceiling down, sitting just above your noggin. Lift that ceiling up so you can stretch and reach for the stars and become the version of the individual that you truly want, you truly desire, and the person you truly deserve to become. So again, along this journey, you'll often hear some strategy, tactics, some affirmations, some cliches that may sound a little harsh. It's not personal, guys, at all. The reality is I'm just going on 25 years of experience and what has worked for most and what we don't need to focus on. So I'm not going to be giving you things you don't need, just the things you do need. Some housekeeping further. If you have a question at any time, you're sitting through this video or lecture at the moment, and there's a question that arises, remember on a week-to-week basis we'll be in contact, whether it be through FaceTime, Skype, phone and email. That decision's yours, by the way. Write them down as you're listening to this now. Craig, what do you mean by this? Craig, how does that work for me? Craig, how can you help me build this into my life? Any of those things that are relevant to each and individual slide, write it down so when we do make contact, they're the questions you get answered. Why? Because they're important to you. So let's move on, guys. Without further ado, let's get into the recipe, the critical ingredients to your success. The recipe and why it works and why it will work for you. Transform You. There is a huge difference between rapid, unsustainable weight loss, which leads to a slower metabolism, and cataclysmic metabolic disadvantage. That means you become skinny fat. Do you know what that means? That means you throw away the most valuable tissue we have, muscle tissue, and you decrease your lean muscle mass, the only place that you burn fat and carbohydrates. No one wants to be, pardon me guys, no one wants to be skinny fat, do they? Because it's unhealthy and it doesn't lead to you achieving what you want nor desire. So again, there is a huge difference between rapid, unsustainable weight loss, which leads to skinny fat, and permanent fat loss, which means that you're tight-toned and yummy mummies, maybe a little bit bigger and bolder and buffer gentlemen. Most importantly, what this program is about is fat loss, and it's what Transform You, Fusion Transform You is all about. It's about getting rid of that tissue that has no value add. It can be dangerous. It stores toxins. That is fat tissue. And being able to build a body that you're very proud of and that you can learn to keep forever. So again, that's the nucleus or the fundamental principle of what Fusion Transform You is about. Transform You. There is no dieting. So if you've come to this program expecting me to write you a diet, I tell you what, you're going to be very, very, very sad because I'm not going to write a diet for you. But however, what I am going to do is teach you everything I know so that you can design a diet, let's use a better word, hey, an eating regime that works for you, that you will enjoy, that you will have that social ability to network and have fun with friends and family, that you will get the results that you want from the diet. You'll have the energy, the fuel to not only perform the exercise that you want to undertake, but most importantly to ascertain a response from that exercise that you undertake. Exercise is a training stimuli. It's the nutrition that allows that stimuli to be a value add to your physique, to again give you tight, toned and yummy, or to give you big, bold and buff. It comes from the stimulus from exercise and then the nourishment and not the punishment you ascertain through fork. So again, Transform You. There is no dieting. Success is eating the right foods and eating them more often to nourish, not punish, and reprogram your metabolism to incinerate stored body fat. You will not only burn fat faster, you will keep it off long term and be more energized and healthy. But it takes work, time, commitment, tenacity, preparation, practice, all of those things. It may sound a little bit daunting at present, go, oh my God, this is going to be hard work. And I kid you not, it's not. The only reason it will become hard work for you guys is if you don't want to achieve what you say you want from this program. It's not going to be like War and Peace. You're not going to have to set aside hours and hours of every week to plan and prepare. Not at all. I will give you the skills, tools, strategy, tactics, and engaging information that will enable you to modify the program to work for you. So if you like steak, you eat steak. If you like chicken, you eat chicken. If you like eggs, you eat eggs. If you like tofu, you eat tofu. It doesn't matter necessarily about the food that you're getting. If I say, look, I need you to eat salmon and avocado, kale, broccolini, zucchini, green beans, and nothing else, how long do you think it's going to last? Honestly, that's a diet that is unsustainable. There's a lot of deprivation. There's complete elimination of food groups. It only leads to one thing, my friends, absolute capitulation and failure. You've probably tried it before. And if you've got your hand up in the air, I can see it and I'm nodding. Many of us have tried dieting before with lack of long-term success. I tried dieting there for many years and it almost killed me with anorexia and bulimia. So I kid you not, I don't recommend it to anyone. If death is something you're after, Fusion Fat Loss and Nutrition is not the place for you. If you want solutions to your problem and an education that becomes yours forever, Transform You is absolutely for you, guys. Exciting, isn't it? Let's look at the recipe for you again. Transform You is not just about exercise or food. Crucially, it's about both. I mentioned it earlier. You can ascertain an unbelievably good result just by dieting in regards to weight loss. There's no doubt. You could lose weight through dieting. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that it's not the truth. But here's the thing. With diet alone, maintaining weight loss becomes a little more challenging. And it's a lot harder to ascertain your results and your physique structure long term because there is no training stimuli to elicit that response that we're after to build that critical muscle tissue. And remember, the muscle tissue that you build through the exercise regime that should be tailored, structured to meet your desired goals is where you build the Transform You in this program. It allows you to drive into that gym or wherever you train at a CrossFit venture or at a health club doing a fitness class or just walking around a pond, riding a bike, whatever. What Transform You allows you to do is to optimize the physical adaptation or response to your exercise, meaning that you build muscle tissue where you burn your fats and carbohydrates. You build muscle tissue that increases your metabolism long term. You build muscle tissue that improves your metabolism. You build muscle tissue that improves your locomotion and your effervescence and vitality. And you build muscle tissue that enables you to sustain a metabolism and incinerate body fat while you're sitting on the couch. I am not kidding you. This is how it works. And if you think I get a little bit fanatical and, a little bit passionate about this, I bloody well am. Because if everyone had the information that you're gaining through this program, many of the problems that we see in today's society through diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and all these horrible lifestyle diseases could well be avoided. And a lot of people fail because they think it's all too hard. The reality is they just don't have the education, mentorship, and coaching, nor community, nor self-belief to enable it to happen for them. So again, exciting once again. You're going to optimize your response from every second that you invest in the gym, with exercise, the pantry, and the kitchen. Every single ingredient you're going to optimize in regards to that time spent invested in those areas, leading to you building the body shape that you want. More importantly, not just want, learn to keep. Yay! Rip it. Transform You as a lifestyle. How good is that? You hear it all the time. It's all about lifestyle. The reality is, exclamation mark that puppy. It sure is about lifestyle. It's not about deprivation, elimination, starvation, putting a straitjacket on and putting a mask over your gob, hiding your eyes that you can't eat the foods that you enjoy. Sure, you have to make some sacrifices, but it's not about getting rid of it forever. The only reason I would ever say you can't eat that food again is because there's a medical reason to it. If you've got a peanut allergy or a seafood allergy, if you suffer with FODMAP, if you've got an intolerance, if you've got celiac or Crohn's disease, then of course I'm going to be advising heavily on the dietetic and nutrition component that you avoid such thing because you don't want to get yourself in a situation where there's a physiological reaction and you don't feel well. That would be absolutely, one, unfounded on my behalf and a lack of professionalism, and two, it's just going to lead to you failing because you're in distress. So lifestyle, no fad, no trend, no gimmick. It's all about the truth and building success slowly for you on a day-to-day basis that allows you to build momentum with the strategies that you have to again obtain the solution to your problem. Transform You is unique to you. It's not generic. This is why we chat every week. You and I, we will talk every week. You will say, Craig, I don't like salmon. Okay, guess what? You don't have to eat salmon. Craig, I don't like kale. You don't eat kale. There's hundreds of foods available to us, guys. It's understanding what those foods provide you with. How are they going to elicit a positive response to the time you're investing? So that great nutrition is going to enable you to feel good, look good, and perform well. They're the things we're chasing, and if your food is not enabling you to look good, feel good, and perform well, we're doing it all wrong. So we've got to find ways to make it work for you. It's not a blueprint nor template. You will be in control. You will be making the choices that you want in regards to what you eat. You can make an adjustment. You can replace a food with something else. And it's all based around the education that you're receiving on a weekly basis, my friends, that will allow you to build, again, momentum, which will lead to an outcome that you can sustain long term. Again, that's the affirmation I want tattooed to your forehead. Momentum, strategy, tactics to move forward slowly and steadily, making progress. We never want to be going backwards. Transform You is about optimizing your energy levels, your performance, and your health on a daily basis. Absolutely. I hear it a lot this time of year. So we're in the Australian winter currently. So we're in June. And people say, oh God, I'm dreading it. I'm going to get sick. Every winter I get sick. And this is the great thing about understanding human anatomy, physiology, and performance, is that just because you're exposed to something doesn't mean that you have to activate it. What I'm saying, guys, if you're sitting in an office at work surrounded by people sneezing, blowing their beak, coughing and spluttering, it's not a given that you're going to, unfortunately, succumb to what they're suffering with. Not at all. If you are in control of what's on that fork on a regular basis and you're investing in vitamins, phytochemicals, antioxidants, minerals, all of these wonderful things that lead, and sorry, I'm going to retract a little bit there. They are all prebiotics that are going to allow your gut health, optimum fueling to elicit a response that empowers your immune system. What you'll learn in week 11 is all about gut health, and we're going to really move heavily into immunity, performance, fat loss, and health in regards to gut health. So again, optimizing energy, performance, and well-being is about not only the training stimulus that you'll undertake that can elicit that performance improvement because you've got a bigger engine. You've gone from the Daewoo Matiz with a smaller muscle to a big V8 supercar with a much larger engine using a lot more fuel and having a more robust, powerful immune system. Transform You is about all of those things. And we've got to be in control of that fork to elicit that response we're after. It's not luck. You can't wing it. You must take control and activate the performance that you want. It's one of those times, again, as I said, guys, I'll often throw in something just to take away any of the heaviness, just so we can have a bit of a chuckle and review some things. So a dieting tip: never stuff something in your mouth that is bigger than your head. How often do we do that? Eyes bigger than our tummy. We'll be at a social intervention, all the food in the world. It could be Sizzler, all you can eat, and we just hook in. It's true. It's a human outcome in many cases. It's almost like a rite of passage that we just overconsume. Isn't it in Spain, the Spanish siesta? Where they overconsume and then they have to have that little bit of a sleep off just to get their blood sugar levels back to some normal level because they're absolutely fried. So the reality is, guys, remember, a dieting tip, it's going to be what we're going to learn is about structuring or constructing meals that allow you the optimal physiological outcome, so the way that your body works, to supply the nourishment and the fueling, the nutrients, to allow your body to adapt and to program it, rewire it, re-engineer it to have a metabolism that's working for you, not fighting you. And that again comes from the right food, the right training stimuli, the mind massage, which we're going through today, learning about what we need to know, and allowing repetitive action. Taking action, controlled action. That's what it's all about. Let's continue on with your magical recipe. So the recipe continues for you. Transform You is based on evidence, research, and life experience. So a lot of data that we've been able to analyze over the many years that I've been working in the health and fitness sector. But not one is the answer. It is truly holistic. It's about all of the things that we're focusing on. It's based on the evidence, research, life experience. Not one single entity, but synergizing, fusing all of those imperative ingredients together. So we're looking at what the science currently suggests, looking back over the years of what the science has suggested, looking at what's in play at the moment in the health sciences, and then looking at life experiences, almost like bro science, because a lot of the outcomes that the body transformation sector, the bodybuilding sector, remembering that bodybuilders and fitness competitors are the true artists and scientists of body transformation. They are the people that truly understand how to use fork and training to change their body shape. And a lot of that so-called bro science has made its way into true research and has become now not someone's hypothesis or something that may be thought, but an absolute theory. So something that we now go to as a given that this will work. So it's great to know that at your end that we're using every line of instruction to help support, mentor, and coach you. Transform You is about using Mother Nature's pharmacy, not manufactured foods. How cool is that? Knowing that every time you invest and ingest with that fork, it's going to elicit a powerful synergy within you. It's going to supply you vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, phytochemicals, antioxidants. What are they? They are all nourishing ingredients that allow you to perform optimally. You're not going to be using HI, which is human interfered, man-made stuff. It is just stuff. It's not food, it's stuff. It doesn't have, natural antioxidants. It doesn't have natural vitamins and minerals. It doesn't elicit anywhere near the responses that Mother Nature's pharmacy provides. And again, Mother Nature's pharmacies, the reds, the yellows, the greens, the blues, the pinks, the purples, the blacks, all of these wonderful colored foods. And it's those colors that elicit the mighty responses. And if you're thinking there, M&Ms and jelly beans come in those colors, wow, come on guys. No, we're talking, again, red capsicum, yellow capsicum, sweet potato, pumpkin, aubergine. We're talking kale, broccolini. We're talking purple carrots, orange carrots, squash, parsnip, you name it. All these wonderful things. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, boysenberries. How potent are these food sources? Real food sources. Absolutely key ingredients to your long-term success. So it's not luck. Again, you're not winging your success. You are programming your stalled metabolism to be fired up, to become powerful, to become something that has a value add to your physique transformation. Transform You gives you the fat loss success equation, but it's the implementation daily where your success truly lurks. Let me go back over that. Transform You gives you the fat loss success equation. Absolutely it does. But it's the implementation daily where your success or failure lurks. So as I said right at the start, no good sitting here and thinking this is a program that I do all the work for you. I wish I could, guys. I truly wish I could. It just doesn't work that way. What I promise you is that I will give you all of me, everything that I have clinically, cognitively, all of those skills that I've built over the many years in this industry are yours. And it's using those things that are tailored to you. You will take on board what you need, you will turf what you don't, or kick to the gutter, or you may put some on hold, knowing at some stage you can go back to that information to bring it to forefront of mind. So it's the implementation daily, and they're part of your homework that you'll be given at the end of every lesson. So knowing that you will be held accountable, that's what you're employing me for, to allow you the opportunity to say, Craig, is this right? Oh, Craig, I'm getting a bit slack. I need a fair kick up the clack. I'm here for that. I'm here if you want that. So understand, yes, you will be given an unbelievably powerful equation that can definitely be the blueprint to your success. But that's all it is. It's a blueprint. Without action, it'll always just be a blueprint. It won't lead to your success. Let's move to the final ingredients in your recipe. Transform You links the way you think to the way you look. It's all about how you feel and perform. Mind massage is king. And you may think, this is just witch doctor, mumbo jumbo. And I kid you not, many people that have been through the face-to-face Transform You program, some of our most successful client base, they'll be the first to tell you they thought exactly the same thing until they kept failing. Then they started to think, you know what, I think CK's onto something here. I really need to start to look at the way I'm thinking and the way that I'm doing. And if you keep telling yourself that you haven't got the time, that exercise doesn't work for you, that I don't like that food, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, again, I don't have the time. Well, guess what? You are too busy, you don't have the time, you don't like the food, you don't like exercise, and if you keep telling yourself don't, guess what you're going to get? Nothing. You're not going to get the results you want. It's not until we reprogram that subconscious mind in a way that we absolutely start to tell ourselves what we want. I can do this. I need to make some adjustments. I will get there. It's a slow process. I will be persistent. I will be tenacious like a dog with a bone. I have the right food in my pantry. I have pillaged, purged, and replaced. I'm enjoying my exercise because it's allowing me to become the person I want to. See, it's really simple to do, but it takes practice. And proper preparation and practice prevents poor performance. The 7 Ps. I did a lecture many years ago at the largest health and fitness symposium in the Southern Hemisphere in front of many people on just that. The 7 Ps on fat loss, performance, weight loss, and health. And it's all about proper preparation and practice, preventing you from having really bad performance. Transform You allows you to learn the importance of changing the way you think and truly aligning you to your lifelong success. Most importantly, you becoming that person that you want to be. Transform You is all about linking your thoughts to your actions, and those thoughts with actions lead to goals, lead to results that you can hold on long term. And more importantly, thoughts leading to actions leading to results. I can't tell you guys anywhere near strong enough what that does for your self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-belief. It is so priceless, it's not funny. But again, action is necessary, and it's not about perfection. It's about persistency. Transform You is real. This is no walk in the park, and I'm not saying it's easy in any way or form. You don't get lucky. You must be patient, you must be honest with yourself, and you must be self-accountable. You must be holding yourself accountable to your day-to-day actions. Then, as the coach with the game plan, I'll hold you accountable to your own self-accountability. This is what's great about this program, knowing that there's someone in your corner that if you drop the ball, they're going to pick it up for you and throw it back at you. Because there's only one way we get through this together, guys, and that is with an absolutely fundamental clarity that you and I work together. This is not something's done that I just throw you away and let you run with it. Not at all. That's not how it works. I would prefer to be seeing you in my practice. There's no doubt. I love face-to-face because you can read body language and you can pat someone on the shoulder and say, guys, it'll be all right. Don't worry. It's not about next week. It's not about next month. It's not even about next year. It's about the 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now where you're disease-free. You feel fantastic. You're robust. You're effervescent. You're rampaging through life. You're loving it. And it comes from day-to-day action. If you keep investing in metabolic spam, human interfered with, refined, second-class food-like stuff, and you sit on your butt most times doing nothing, you're not reprogramming the greatest machine ever built to become a version that you want. It's just going to become sloth-like. You're going to become disease-ridden, and you're not going to like yourself. So Transform You is about just giving you that little pep talk every week with a whole lot of awesome available action tasks with the education that's second to none that'll enable you to become the person you want to just by doing a little bit. How cool, eh? When you're sitting there realizing that you're not ready for summer, and remembering all those times you chose pizza over the gym. Look at that cute puppy. I'm a dog freak, guys, if you don't already know. I love them to death. They are just precious and priceless. But that's a little statement there. I'm sure a lot of us, we have those self-pity parties. We get ourselves in that dark place of doom where we feel so, depressed, suffering with anxiety because you've eaten 4 litres of ice cream. Because you've had just a crappy day. The kids took all your energy. Your partner's just not respecting you. You're in a fight with a client at work. You're under financial stress and pressure. You can't find a job maybe. You're sick, you're sad, you're frumpy, you're fatigued. You're just feeling absolute foo-foo. Look at that little dog's face. He tells us, or she tells us, that that's exactly how she's feeling. And we know it ourselves. And unfortunately, team, in many cases, not all, we turn to food as our comfort. Never, ever, ever should food be a prescription for depression, anxiety, and stress. Food is fuel to allow you to perform, look, and feel the way you want. And that's, again, part of this precious education that you get with Fusion Transform You. Again, exciting, guys. I hope you got your hair standing up. Excited knowing that I've never had this before. I've never had the ability to take control. I've never had a coach that's going to take me through the success here. I'm excited for you because I know it works. Question and answer time. This is the time. If you haven't already been writing down all those questions that we're going to discuss this coming week, start thinking about it. What do you need to ask Craig now? And remember, what you're going to get from me is the truth. And sometimes I might have to put the reins on, guys, and pull you back a little bit. You might be asking me a question, Craig, tell me what to eat. When are we going to do exercise? And I'm going to say, guys, slow the hell down. You're like a tornado out of control. Just come back. Take on this information. Digest it. Absorb it. Analyze it. And then we'll build it. The tactics and strategy to enable week by week to build momentum. See, every week is a building block to the next. And that's a critical, fundamental principle to life success. building slowly, effectively, efficiency, adding value, leading to further education, strategy, tactics, and engaging information that will elicit the responses that we want. Personal improvement, and that's what it's about. So remember, if you ask me a question, I know that I'm going to answer in week 3, in week 4, in week 9, in week 12. I'll just say, great question, and I'm so happy and excited that you've got this energy and robustness to get ahead of the game. But this is where people fall down, by going too far forward and not engaging and ingesting and absorbing the information that we're building on. And remember, I reiterate, the first 3 weeks of the entire Fusion Transform You online program is about mind massage, dealing with what's going on in your head and giving you strategy and tactic to use daily to eradicate, remove, or reduce some of that negative talk that we're undertaking. Let's look at what we're doing next week, eh? We'll go to the success formula, the transformation pillars. That's what we do next week. This is where we start to look at this vital equation that I've been talking about. And it truly is the nucleus or fundamental DNA of the Fusion Transform You program. So that's something to get really excited about, because what you do is you can tattoo that on your forehead, or you can hang it up as a vision board. You can have it in your diary, have it somewhere that you see every day. And this equation, as simple as it is truly the difference between success and failure long term. And I hold my reputation on that. You've got there, Craig, you're to do homework. Okay, this is it. This is what you need to do this week. It's going to take you all of 10 minutes maybe. I need you to find out your why. Why are you doing this program? And it's not something that's generic, something else is. What is the one thing that made you, 1, sign up to this program? 2, that has enabled you to go, Craig, I truly believe this is the program that's going to help me get there. Everything I've tried in the past has failed. Why do you think it's failed before? I need that answer. So first and foremost, why are you doing this program? And 2, what have been the things that you've done before and why have you failed? Honestly, look at you. Look in the mirror. Why have you failed? And the final bit of homework I want you to do this week is this. I want you to do something that may get a little bit uncomfortable for you. I don't have it. No one else sees it, just you. Take a photo of you either naked or in your jocks or your underwear, ladies, that you see. And if you're really uncomfortable about yourself, good, because this is a great reason why that you're doing this. You look at that every week. And if it's a photo that you're not happy about, again, it's got more value add. It's got more pain. It's got more impetus. It's got more credibility to why you're doing this program. Make it yours. And as I said, guys, it's no one's but yours. We will review that photo regularly. I'll keep saying to you, look at that photo. When the going gets tough, go back to that photo. Go back to your why. Look at why you failed before. Is where you're at now something that's shown its face in the past? Laziness, lack of drive, lack of motivation, lack of patience, lack of persistency, lack of planning, lack of preparation, all of those things. Is some of the old you starting to show its face? That's when we need more mind massage, positive affirmation. The glass isn't half empty, guys. It's half full. How very, very, very exciting. Let's finish with this one. I did a push-up today. Well, actually, I fell down, but I had to use my arms to get back up. So close enough. Now I need a chocolate. The reality is this, guys. In life, in general, you will get knocked down. Success is about how often you jump back up. How often you find yourself in that dark pit of self-pity and you get that shovel and you dig yourself out of that hole. That's the difference between success and failure. Don't let life gobble you up. This is the program that gives you back your control. It will give you every tool and skill you require to become the version of you want to be. Now, I want you to, if you've got the time, of course, hit replay on this, because I guarantee on this video that you've just seen, you will hear information that you didn't hear first time around. Review this video over and over and over again. Listen to my voice telling you, I believe in you, but do you believe in you? Fusion, Fat Loss and Nutrition Transform You believes in you. Start talking to yourself positively. Remember, mind massage is king. Until next week, guys, stay safe.